Niger Republic military warned that should ECOWAS use military intervention, they are also fully ready to defend their country. The military who executed the coup in Niger Republic has issued a stern warning to the economic community of West Africa states against sending troops to the country to force them to relinquish power to President Mohamed Bazoum. The Nigerian Republic military warned that should ECOWAS use military intervention, they are also fully ready to defend their country. Recall that ECOWAS issued a 7-day ultimatum to the coup plotters to reinstate President Mohamed Bazoum as the democratically elected president of Niger Republic or face stiffer sanctions. The directive was part of the communique read by the president of the ECOWAS Commission, Omar Toure, after the extraordinary session of the Authority of Heads of State and Governments of the ECOWAS, which held on Sunday at the Presidential Villa, Abuja, Nigeria. It also tasked all chiefs of defense staff of the member states to proceed for an emergency meeting to strategize on effective ways to implement a possible military operation to restore constitutional order to the country. Reacting to the plans to use force by ECOWAS General Abdurrahman Chani, also known as Omar Jani, and the military leaders in Niger warned against any military intervention in a statement read on Niger national television. The objective of the ECOWAS meeting is to approve a plan of aggression against Niger through an imminent military intervention in NAMI or collaboration with other African countries that are non-members of ECOWAS and certain Western countries. We want to once more remind ECOWAS or any other adventurer of our firm determination to defend our homeland, Al Jazeera could say the military spokesperson, Colonel Amadou Abdrahman, to have said. Where were the ECOWAS? You know that Tinubu has been making a statement. We don't know whether he's just saying it for saying sake. Where were the ECOWAS leaders when the so-called civilians and politicians are embezzling the country dry for their selfish pockets? Then let us see who backs down. Only a fool will challenge an opponent who he knows he cannot win. ECOWAS threat against the government of Niger Republic smacks of hypocrisy. It is a question of let him that had no sin first cast a stone. Pray, how many of the governments of the ECOWAS sub-region are legitimate governments? How many of them are legitimate in the real sense of the word? By the way, are Nigerian citizens not rejoicing? The people are rejoicing. They are even happy. They are even happy. ECOWAS to every West African president that came to Abuja, Nigeria on subsidy yesterday should just take correction and return back to your country base. Niger Republicans are not crying of the present situation since you African presidents are not doing the needful. Niger just take the first step. Nigerian but take note. They should defend their country. In fact, I expect them to reach out to Russia for help. There can never be coup in Nigeria because Southern soldiers has no lever to stage a coup. If it were Southern leaders that were in power since 1978 to date, the way the North have been in power, even with a quarter of the problems Nigerians have encountered in the hands of the North in power, honestly speaking, before now, the Northern soldiers could have staged many coups in Nigeria, even if they have low number in the military. Northern soldiers can't tolerate quarter of what the South had tolerated in the hands of the North in power since 1978 to date. The so-called ECOWAS is useless as their president. Okay, the Niger Republic President and Buhari is doing business. If the people of Niger are happy, who is Tinubu? Is Nigeria good? Why must Tinubu call that useless meeting? Can ECOWAS face Russia and Arab nation before the military take over France and America is aware? First, a person who his house is on fire is chasing rats. Higher needs to tackle the coups. If military ruling in Mali and Sudan have been have yielded positive to their citizens. I could have supported the idea, but not so. Okay, well, is it not going to be a way out of our suffering in this country? These people are already in panic mode. Military coup plotters must be brought to book. In Nigeria, military didn't help Niger military. I'm going to be citizens of Niger and disown Nigeria because Nigeria politicians are evil doers, cultists, kidnappers, looters, human traffickers, criminals, confraternities. Tinubu should leave Niger alone, otherwise it will backfire. ECOWAS is doing well, but at the same time, what about others? You know what I mean. The junta is just grandstanding and ranting. By the time they sight an invading force, they will have a rethink. The civilian enjoying having military government than democracy government. If civilians also fully come out to defend their country, it's going to be hard for the ECOWAS to treating Niger. What is ECOWAS? Rich but wretched countries ruled by self-centered greedy vampires. Leave Niger alone. It is military that can even restore Nigeria. Enough of this nonsense civilian nepotism called democracy.